Hey everyone, Warwick's here. So we're on the last spec that we're going to do for our pre-patch DPS preview, and that's Windwalker Monk. This is a spec that I have come to really fall in love with over the course of patch 8.3 of BFA, now into pre-patch. And honestly, that doesn't change. I still have a ton of fun playing the spec. Now, the thing about Windwalker Monk is I think that's something that everyone can say. Anyone that plays the spec for just a few minutes can find the fun in the spec. I think most anyone, everyone can agree from a mechanical perspective, the spec is really good. The issues have always been its bugs and the scaling issues that it has. I know that some people have suggested, I think J-Funk suggested that like Rising Sun Kit have a chance equal to your critical strike chance to hit a second time, something like that, that would give the spec a little bit of scaling with one stat. I think would be very, very good. But overall, Windwalker Monk, yeah, let's get into it. Let's look into it. I think it was really fun. Let's start off with my talent build. So talent build is pretty straightforward. The only thing I should have changed here is I should have switched over to Chi Burst for the AoE perspective, because it does hit all targets, even though it only grants a maximum of 2 Chi. I used Eye of the Tiger, for which is the more single target pure build, but Chi Burst is what you should be using in AoE. I did not do that here. So that's my fault. Chi Burst also gives you another ability that expands on your mastery of combo strikes. 25 row, I picked Tiger's Lust, but you can really pick any of these. Chi Torpedo is very popular amongst people. I like Tiger's Lust because I like giving movement to teammates, particularly teammates in specs that are slower. So you think Paladin, you think Priest, you think Death Knight. Those three specs are generally seen as pretty slow. Warlock without its Demonic Circle, if you're just running back to pack, you can give it to like Warlocks, stuff like that. On the 30 row, Fist of the White Tiger, I think this ability should be baseline, but it's still a talent for now. It just adds another ability. It's a 3 combo point generator, or excuse me, 3 Chi generator. So it is a big burst of Chi for you to help you spend on resources like Rising Sun Kick, like Fist of Fury, Blackout Kick to get the cooldown reduction. 35 row, I pick Ring of Peace for dungeons. Good karma you can technically use in dungeons. I think that talent's really bad design though. It encourages you to do silly things like stand in fire to do damage. So I would avoid picking it if you can, but Ring of Peace, very good in Mythic Plus for mob control. Didn't really have to use it at all in this particular dungeon, but if you needed it for like getting folks out of Sanguine or trying to protect your tank from necrotic stacks, you could do that. But with teaming Quaking, didn't really have a big use for it here. The 40 row Inner Strength, it's a good general talent. Dampen Harm would be another good one, and Diffuse Magic. All of these are good. You just pick whatever you need for the situation. Inner Strength is good, as I said, as a general one, because every time you spend Chi, you take damage, you do reduce damage. So you get 10% flat damage reduction, which is not bad at all. Diffuse Magic, you reduce all damage, magic damage by 60%, and then you transfer all currently active harmful magical effects on you back to the original caster if it can be done. So Diffuse Magic, for example, is really good in PvP because you have a, let's just say you're placing a Affliction Warlock and they are throwing up a bunch of stuff. You use Diffuse Magic as they're trying to dot you, and you'll actually transfer the dots back onto the Warlock, so the Warlock effectively dots themselves. And then Dampen Harm is good for like heavy physical damage. This reduces all damage by, you take by 20 to 50% for 10 seconds, with larger attacks being reduced by more. So if you're taking a big hit from a boss because you accidentally, your tank wiped and you're trying to take it up a little bit, Dampen Harm works pretty well. I generally would only go with Inner Strength to Diffuse Magic as the situation calls for it. I don't think Dampen Harm is that great, but in reality, you can pick any of these three and it's perfectly fine. Dance of Chi G. Spending Chi has a chance to make your next spinning crane kick free and deal additional 200% damage. This is the Dance of Chi-Ji Azurite trait baked into the talent. Right now there's overlap with the talent and the Azurite trait both doing it, but it doesn't double dip, which is really unfortunate, but it is what it is. Rushing Jade Wind, people want Rushing Jade Wind to be a thing, but for a Chi cost, I just don't see how it's ever going to be useful, particularly because it's impacted by haste. So you're getting a 5.6 duration for 1 Chi. That's just not very good. Hit combo, I think people have a love-hate relationship with hit combo. I hate hit combo. It's basically double dipping your mastery. Just bake hit combo into the mastery here, guys. Maybe make mastery worth something. It's a bad talent. It's a really, really bad talent. The 50 row Rolling Dragon Punch, I think, is still the best choice. Spiritual Focus is not very good. Cooldown reduction on Storm, Earth, and Fire is not the best ability. Storm, Earth, and Fire is kind of buggy at best. Whirling Dragon Punch. There is some interesting quirks with the Whirling Dragon Punch. It's considered mobility, even though you can't move while you're using it, but you jump up in the air as part of the animation. So, hey, that's what we're doing. And then Serenity is just a replacement for Storm, Earth, and Fire that I've never really used, but I know, again, people have like really love-hate relationship with it. So, but that's the talent build that it did. So how does Windwalker Monk feel? Really good. Feels really good to play. It's fairly intuitive with the mastery. Once you start to figure out, hey, I can't hit Tiger Palm 4 times in a row and get increased damage. So it's Tiger Palm, Blackout Kick, Rising Sun Kick, Tiger Palm, Fist of Fury, something like that. Or in AoE situations, you're Tiger Palming, Spinning Crane Kick, Tiger Palming, Spinning Crane Kick, Tiger Palming, Spinning Crane Kick, just maximizing the amount of AoE damage that you can do. The biggest issue with Windwalker Monk is that its talent tree is very one note, just like it is with Brewmaster Monk. You're seeing a pattern here among the Monk specs is that their talents are very linear. The other thing about Windwalker is that it's still going to struggle to scale. It needs something to help it scaling, give it something that makes a stat worth it. And until they get some of the bugs worked out, it's going to be a spec that if you play over and longer and longer and longer you play, you're going to notice more and more of these. So overall, the spec is really, really fun. If you don't mind the bugs, you don't mind being a little bit lower on the damage amp, then you're going to be perfectly fine. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit of a rough time. So that's my thought on Windwalker Monk. Let me go ahead and get you on over to this dungeon. This is a Siege of Borealis. I think it was a +7. So I'll go ahead and get you on over to that dungeon run, and we'll wrap up the series here on the other side, guys. So see ya.
We'll secure the docks while you push further into the district. With any luck, we'll drive this scum from the city before high tide.
We're going this route, huh? Stunned. Okay. Okay. Pull all of this. Pull it all. Well, that almost went badly. Kill this bomber first, right? Oh, we're doing this far group. Okay. Energy regen. Yeah, we're definitely gonna want to kill both of these before going in. All right, come on, Drew. I think this Warlock is super overgeared. Yeah, he's almost eye level 130. I have any cooldowns there either. Ooh, ow, 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 ow. That hurt a little bit. Oops. Not sure why we did this, but okay. Stunned. Okay, if you insist on doing that. Oh, this is a little bit of a show. Well, the damage isn't bad considering I'm under geared. Oh, I keep forgetting to do Chuen. It's alright, I'll do it here. Ow. That was almost really bad. Oh, that's right, this is teaming. I mean, no surprise, this thing is fun as hell. As well as teaming things. Alright, well, last week I'm playing teaming for a while, right? Alright. You coming, big boy? I kind of thought that the druid was going to grab that, so that was my fault. Now he's grabbing too much. That's a little much, I think. Try to throw out an off healer too. It's a little bit crazy. Okay. Aww. So I know I'm not doing the spinning crane kick stuff correctly, but I will say that just like overall, like this spec is just, it's still a blast to play. I really wish they would give it some scaling. One-on-one is not awful for my Windwalker set. Alright, let's see if he knows how to do these pulls. Okay. I should really stop sitting. Okay, you're going right there with it. Oh, we just pulled everything. Everything. Did nobody died in that? Hell of a job. Hell of a job. I blew everything, but hell of a job. Oh, what are you doing, dude? Why are you pulling him everywhere, man? Really?
You've done it! That dead giant Asrane's forces will be pushed out of the city.
Ay, 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 ay. Okay, so
solid run. Please be a weapon. Ability.
All right, and welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that dungeon run. So that ends the series here for the DPS looks. By the time this video goes up, we'll be just a few days shy of Shadowlands. So I'm not really going to say much more here. I hope you guys enjoy your time in Shadowlands. I'll be streaming it, so come check me out at twitch.tv/warix_BAA. I'll be streaming my leveling progress on my monk. So until then, everybody, see you in the Shadowlands. I hope you stay safe. Please wear your mask, and I'll see you next time.